Welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4, and this is the pup edition of the game, featuring some new units, landmark changes, and all kinds of fun stuff. And we have two of the best. Ravenholm, you guys know this is Szalamii playing as the Rus. I saw some people commenting on my YouTube saying, bring us a little more Szalamii. You want to see some more Szalamii games? So your wish has been granted. I better see you down in the comment section. And let me know if there's a player that you particularly hope to see in a future cast. And on the other side, we have DeMusliM, and he is no one other than DeMuslim, Red Bull player, professional Age of Empires 4 streamer. And we've got the Delhi Sultanate over here for DeMuslim versus Szalamii Rus. And we're here on the pit, and this isn't a map that I feel like I ever see Delhi or Rus. Really, it's usually just like English. So I'm excited to see this. DeMuslim opening up, he put 7 villagers on the berries and now has 2 on gold. Do note he did not go for a lumber camp. So pretty standard opening. So he went mosque, mill, mining camp, and of course his starting house. On the other side for Szalamii, he's got all his vills on food per the Rus way. He does have 2 on wood since he did build a hunting cabin down here. This bad boy is bringing in 28 gold. And I have a sneaky suspicion that we're going to see Szalamii go for some kind of Kremlin build, because the Kremlin's got this new ability to levy militia, and you know Szalamii likes to do some goofy strategies, and I'm sure he's going to be experimenting with them. For the Delhi Sultanate, they have a bunch of new changes, if you weren't aware as of this pup. I made a Delhi pup guide on my YouTube channel featuring the new elephant type. So go check that out if you want a full review of what's new for Delhi, but we'll be going over that as we see it. All of the changes you're really going to see for Delhi are going to be in the Castle Age, with the exception of the fact that healing has been nerfed quite a bit if a unit is in battle. So as far as the Feudal Age goes, that is quite a nerf here for the Delhi Sultanate. The Rus, they've got some like late game mechanic changes with some of their landmarks. They've got, of course, everyone's walls have been nerfed across the board. They've got the Kremlin, and that's probably what we're about to see right now. He's moving out towards the, probably towards the boar. There we go. We're going to put a Kremlin on the sacred site. So if you want to stop the Delhi Sultanate from getting all the sacred sites having a landmark on it, is certainly one way that you can go about that. And not only will that will contest the sacred site, it will also allow him to aggro that boar. Now, the boar has been changed around a little bit. The boar, little Pumbaa there, look at him. See if I can be fancy. Let's do a little, oh yeah, there we go. Check that boar. The boar used to be, you could pool trick this thing. If you ran by with a scout, it would aggro, but the boar would always aggro towards the closest target. So if you ran by this as DeMuslim and shot at it and then ran them towards the villagers, they would start attacking those vills. The way they've changed it now is the boar will only aggro its attacker. So a lot of players have kind of expressed that this was a fun little mechanic to see. So we'll see if that actually makes it into the main update for the game. I have a feeling the developers will listen and hopefully keep the boar as we have it right now. But either way, we're going to see the Rus out here going for that boar. Of course, excellent bounty, excellent gather rate. They've got their one of the best hunting civilizations in the game, and he'll probably aggro that right here underneath that Kremlin that will defend at that town center. Or that sacred site, excuse me. And there we go. He's even going to start aggroing it with the Kremlin. There you go. He's got it nice and close, and now he can hop on out and start gathering away. There you go. Boar is ready to go. That's a good way to keep your villager HP up, and he's going to build his hunting cabin. I guess the hunting cabin actually even get a little bit of gold since there are these trees out here, won't they? I think they will, because there's a lot of straggler trees here kind of in the middle of the map. Is it the same way on the other side? Yeah. Lots of straggler trees. Has it always been like this? I feel like this was more barren before, but I'm not certain. Lots of straggler trees out there. And there we go, bringing in 10 gold per minute. Not a ton, but more importantly, he's got that food coming in. You can see up here at the top, his food per minute will be rising there. And of course, Delhi Sultanate got all the techs in queue. DeMuslim going for the Dome of Faith. I have been, for most of last season, I've used almost exclusively the Tower of Victory. And of course, it saw a lot of popularity, whereas before it was only Dome of Faith, but that was due to some of the changes. But I've kind of gotten back to playing Dome of Faith a little more. And the reason why I have is I've been trying to go to the Castle Age a lot of times to try to use some of these new techs, do fortress booms. By the way, in comes the militia that were levied from the Rus town center. These things came from his Kremlin. So he's out here. These things have 85 HP and 6 attacks. So he's able to draw a lot of idle time there. While he might not kill a villager, that idle time is res lost by doing that. So an excellent job. He was able to use the Kremlin's levy militia ability there. You can get 6 militia and you can call this every 3 minutes. But they only live for 90 seconds, so they die. So eventually that timer is going to go down and they're going away. It's kind of interesting. I remember like Age of Mythology had essentially mercenary units that would die over time. If you played AoE 3, they were the Minutemen, but they would go down to 1 HP and still stay alive. But these guys, they will die altogether as we see them right now, dropping off. There we go. So their time is about to be out. There we go. Hit 0. Do they all just fall over? There we go. They're done. But yeah, very interesting strategy. I truly expected this is how Szalamii is going to play this. So he pushed him off of gold and berries. He fell back to the sheep, but a good little harass tactic. But anyways, what I was saying about the Delhi Sultanate is I found that since I've been trying to go Castle Age and get all these techs and go a little later game than I'm used to with Delhi, I really wanted to have the cheaper scholars because I try to keep them in progress all the time. And a lot of times with my Tower of Victory builds, I was playing more aggressively on the map and I might miss queues for my scholars sometimes. So I really want to have at least 2 mosques fulfilled with scholars, if not 3 sometimes when I'm starting to really try to get this text, especially if you're going to think about Imperial Age at all. Okay, so he's grabbing the middle sacred site, or he's about to when this finishes. Looks like he hopped out a little early, about 40 seconds left on that. And that scholar's probably not going to make it because of the Kremlin. Yep, down he goes. So he sees that, he's got the boar. So Szalamii's done a little bit of harass damage as far as idle time goes. Looks like a wall was trying to be dropped down by him, but it's been interrupted a little bit here. Scholar did make it through. Does he have any other military buildings? He has a stable and archery range now. I think he might have just built those. So we see our very first knight coming out, followed by an archer to help contest these sacred sites. He is back on his gold. Also, Delhi with a stable, 2 blacksmiths, and an archery range. Getting out on those berries to the north side. Okay, there we go. He's got Sanctity coming in, so he's going to start gathering the gold. I was playing Delhi again. I'm going to play a lot more Delhi here because I know there's some changes to them. So I'm going to give them a try. I was a Delhi main when AoE 4 first launched. Really no one was playing Delhi and they were quite weak at the time. Had tons of bugs, but it was a civ I really dug into, and I kind of stopped playing them as they were kind of overpowered kind of about a year ago when they got some crazy buffs. But I think I'm going to dig back into them. So you're going to see me playing some Delhi Sultan over live on Twitch. And if you haven't caught one of my live streams, make sure you head over to Twitch and drop a follow. I usually am streaming in the evening during weekdays, Eastern Standard Time here in the US. And on the weekends, kind of whenever I'm able to. Okay, he stops that sacred site. That's what these militia, once again, it only cost him that 100 food to get those. So he's already got some value out of stopping that. He's been able to stop the middle sacred. He's stalling it. I would be fine if the sacred site literally just had this symbol. Like, I don't think I need the label on it. Or maybe if I click the button, it hides the label. Like, I don't know. This blocks so much. I don't know if it's like this recent patch, but I've been noticing more than ever that it feels like it's just always blocking what I'm trying to look at. Or it needs to be transparent at the very least. Okay, he kills that scholar and we'll be taking back the sacred site. So what is DeMuslim up to? Is he going to be heading up to the next age? Let's see. Yes, he's definitely going to be. He's macroing for the castle age. He's just got enough units to kind of build some walls, try to hold some, maybe this middle sacred site, and he's going up to the next age. So I suspect we'll be seeing the compound defender. That's been the landmark of choice recently. That's the one I definitely enjoy, and you can of course research techs out of it now, which can really synergize well with a village fortress boom if you want to go for that. Get a little villager boom. Not to mention it's a good map to be able to like drop a keep here, drop a keep here, drop a keep here, right? Something like that. And there we go. Compound defender is underway right there in the middle. 8 villagers on that bad boy. So when it gets completed, I will show you those techs inside of there. DeMuslim has been able to secure the northern sacred site. He's got some horsemen out on the field. And now Szalamii has to rely on an actual army versus the militia. But looks like he's prepared to stay in the Second Age a little longer from what I'm seeing here. He's got 2 stables, 2 racks, an archer range, and 2... See, I think he's playing Delhi. He's got 2 blacksmiths. So this is about to get very interesting. Now, will DeMuslim embrace the elephants? Will he embrace the elephants? Elephants have got a little bit of a stat tweak. But we'll see. Elephants have largely fallen out of the meta. Players kind of stopped making them. But people experiment with them once again, and we'll see if he does. Is he grabbing any stone? Yes. I think he's definitely going to be going for a keep and likely a village fortress. A little bit of a boom here. I think that's what we're going to see. So that compound defender about to be completed. Engagement on the north side. Looks like we have 1 knight there on those Delhi archers. The horsemen trying to get back on the back line of archers, but some spearmen there to kind of counterplay that as DeMuslim is now in the castle age. And it looks like Szalamii should be able to take this fight. Can he stop these relics from being gathered? It looks like we've got DeMuslim bringing these relics in from all corners of the map. And let's take a pause and look at what is available in the compound defender. So the very first upgrade he's going for, the village fortress. This is the tech that's available also at the keep. But whoa, coming in, not gonna get it. The advantage of getting it here is a lot of times your keeps aren't in base, so you don't have to worry about building like mosque Wi-Fi right out on the map. You can just build it here. It's going to get the advantage of your garrison scholars. Your garrison scholars, he's got no garrison scholars. So that's going to take some time for him. But even with no scholars, about 3 minutes on that. You also have the boiling oil, of course, defensive upgrade for your keep. Court architect, which previously wasn't available until the Imperial Age. And then slow burning defenses, which increases the fire armor of stone walls, keeps an outpost by +10. So he's going to need to train up some scholars, get them garrisoned. But he's working on those techs. Let's see where he drops his first keep. Looks like right now he's healing up those knights back at home. Those militia are not going to be very effective now. They're not extremely strong units. They have 12 damage versus cav, right? That's not a whole lot, especially when you're going toe-to-toe with a knight. A knight that, of course, has, what, 4 melee armor right now. And he's researching upgrades for them as we speak. Okay, so Szalamii backing up. I feel like this is starting to look like it could be favored in DeMusliM's direction. Szalamii kind of committing to this feudal pressure. Looks like he's moving mid right now. If he could perhaps stop the sacred site, but I'm not sure that. I feel like that keep's going to get completed before he gets there, but he's pushing in right now. Let's see, that is his wall. He might be able to here and stop this keep. Can he see this, is what I wonder. Oh, he sees it. He sees it. He's moving in. Can he stop the villagers and that keep? This is an excellent play by Szalamii. Just great game sense, expecting that there's probably a keep coming down mid soon, trying to stop that sacred site. And as of right now, doing pretty good job at harassing these villagers. Now, he does have 9 spearmen in there. Can he stop these villagers? They are building this. It's about 50% completed. I rotate around the backside of this thing so you can see what units are up. Kind of difficult to see all together, but those villagers are going to fall back for a second as this fight rages on. We do have crossbows in there, which are going to deal with the Rus Knights, but it looks like DeMuslim is going to complete this keep. The Rus army being walled out by Szalamii villagers says, it's okay, you did good, kid, but we're going to close this wall up for now. Did not cap the sacred site, by the way. I thought he might perhaps deny that, but he did get some villager kills, so that cannot be forgotten. Look at the difference now. 36 vills versus the 41 of Szalamii. So while he has the keep, he did lose some vills. Let's see how many villagers. He doesn't have a ton of scholars. He really needs to probably get these scholars inside and get these techs done. But he almost has it. So village fortress, this will be a town center. So he can start training vills here. That'll essentially be like he has 2 town centers. Not to mention, he might drop another keep down eventually. Looks like he's maybe moving some out to the stone. Yeah, he's got a few heading out there, so he's gonna be working towards it. Oh, we got to keep there. So there we go. This will be like, think of this with the village fortress. That's like having 3 town centers. And pro tip, Don already helped me with this the other day. I didn't know you can put your keep in the same control group as your town center. And if you hit Q with that control group, it will also queue up a villager from the keep, which I didn't think initially would work, because if you look at a keep, you have to technically hit Y to get the town center. So a fun little way to, if you're doing the compound defender keep boom with the village fortress, put in your control group and hit Q. It'll queue up everywhere. Okay, it looks like Szalamii is taking this fight here at home. He's got his spearmen, but we've got scholars dishing out some healing. Not as much as they used to, but they're still impacting this battle. But it looks like Salami's taking some pretty nice trades, trading spearmen for knights, and now 3 scholars up for grab. He does have a lot of military production here. Looks like a few idle vills there under the town center. But as we see the villager count already coming back more closely, he's got 2 keeps, his town center. That's 3 TC boom, and he's still getting more. I expect we'll see another keep here soon. So I think you're going to be seeing a lot of the compound defender keep boom. I think it's going to be a more popular strategy. It's going to be a matter of, in some of these matchups, you know, can Delhi survive till the castle age? And let's see now, how does DeMuslim follow this up? He's going to have a pretty stellar economy. He can pretty much sit back right now and just kind of get ahead, and that's what a lot of pro players would do. They get ahead by a little bit, and then they just boom. They just boom, make sure they got plenty of resources, not make any big mistakes. Now, he did overcommit maybe a little bit with his army, as now Szalamii has, well, I don't know. Maybe it was fine. He kind of pinned Szalamii back in his base, kept him away from him. Is there any additional town centers from him coming down? Not from what I see. So we got crossbows and knights for him. By the way, Szalamii did go up to the castle age. I must have missed that just a little bit ago, but he went up with the high trade house. 179 gold back here, so pretty nice. Spawns deer every 45 seconds. So he's got his food and wood back there and gold. This is a one-stop shop. And you can't discount some of that passive gold income for the Rus. Yeah, I guess sure, he might have 2 sacred sites, but Rus has the hunting cabins, which is going to give him a little bit of gold. Okay, you see Szalamii moving in with his knights and crossbows, but Demu moves back. He's going to need some kind of siege to deal with these keeps. Does he just go for rams? It's certainly something he could consider. Rams have got a lot of love this patch. There's some upgrades in the late game that really help. There's a siege workshop. Okay, guys, predict it. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a ram or a trebuchet? I would say the safe bet would be a trebuchet, but the go-getter would maybe make some rams. I've got a feeling Szalamii might make some rams. Let's see. It's kind of they've been coming into the meta a little more, and they're a little cheaper. Let's see if he does it. So you can train the rams there. Does he queue one up? He does, in fact, queue up the ram. Oh, boy. I knew he would. And DeMuslim right now dropping down stone walls. But rams are some of the best options against stone walls. They're a lot cheaper than a trebuchet. 250 wood, sorry, and they have quite a bit of attack versus them. I'll show you the stats as they pop out there. Okay, so it looks like the stone wall gates have been built right now by DeMuslim. He's got his stone wall up across this. Villager count really rising. Look at the relic count as well. He was able to secure 4. Wait, is 4 relics? Is there 6 relics on this map? Oh, no, I'm looking at the bottom. I'm sorry. I was looking at... That's sacred sites. I misread the UI. Okay, so here's that ram. So let's take a little look at the ram and his stats as he is working on that wall. So it has 200 damage versus walls. I'm sorry, just base damage versus buildings, plus an additional 200 versus walls. So it does 400 damage with each hit. And walls have been nerfed a little bit. 3,000 HP, and with that you can see very quickly, boom, he got through the wall, he broke down a hole there, and now he can start targeting that keep, perhaps. He's got a 3rd ram coming out, so he's really doing kind of like a crossbow, knight, and ram composition. I'm going to be pushing in here, and a keep it's effective, but I'm sorry, a trebuchet, but it's slow, right? It takes a long time, where rams, they get straight to the point. It's a little more risk with them, right? But let's see if DeMuslim is able to stop this ram push that's going to be going on here. Looks like he's chopping the straggler trees, going for the berries there on the south side. No farms yet. Looks like we have some farms for DeMuslim set up. No farms, of course, for the Rus. He's using that high trade house there in the back. Okay, there we go. Crossbows getting on DeMuslim's walls. And if you didn't know this, units, they get an additional buff when they're standing on top of walls. So he's using DeMuslim's walls against them. He has additional range defense, and he gets additional range by being on top of these. By the way, crossbows, excellent options against the war elephants. They only have... Well, they've got a lot of armor, but you can see it goes down pretty quickly there. So, man, I've had this same thing happen to me before where it's like I thought it was a good idea to build stone walls, but then my enemy just broke through and stood on top of them and used them against me. So Szalamii taking an excellent battle here. He was able to kill the elephant, and we do have DeMuslim out here embracing the war elephant and the tower elephant. So it's good to see a pro using them. They are beautiful. Now in the Imperial Age, we've got the Sultan's elite tower elephant, which has 2 hand cannoneers on top of him. So we'll see if we get to that point in the game. It's kind of hard to get Delhi to the 4th age, but you might see it. And right now, we've got Szalamii pushing forward. Completely even military numbers. You can see some of the upgrades across the screen. Of course, Delhi having a few more. But right now, the crossbows moving. What? There's villagers in there. 3 villagers. I don't know. Maybe that's for repairing rams, or he brought it to the front line on accident. But he has found that keep, and it's going to force him to back up. Okay, so he's taking the sacred site. He's got 4 rams. Is he making more? 5 rams. He just keeps him training. It takes 22 seconds to train a ram at a siege workshop. I guess it takes 120 to build it out in the field. And in the late game, you've got this tech now you can get. 100 wood and 225 gold, lightweight beams. Increases the ram attack speed by 40% and reduces their field construction time by 50%. I would say the biggest problem I have with the rams sometimes late game is just their pathing. Their pathing, you can like be like, hey, go attack this landmark, and they'll sit here and like get trapped in here and like really struggle to get to it, especially with like a tight base formation like this. So we'll see if these rams get within striking distance. But DeMuslim kind of knows where he's coming from. What? How many keeps does he have? He lost 1, but now he has 3 here, 4, 5 keeps. Are they all training villagers? He has 122 villagers right now. Oh, man. I'll be honest. I wouldn't be shocked if they nerfed the village fortress just a little bit. Or maybe taking more time to research. I know Delhi's kind of weaker in the 2nd age now, so this is kind of like what they have in the 3rd age, right? But yeah, this is going to be extremely hard to deal with. I mean, his enemy just essentially has, you know, double the villagers. But Szalamii does have a bunch of rams, 8 rams. That can deal with a lot of keeps, and there's no stopping them. He has not researched grease axles, which would increase the movement speed of them by 15%. But he just doesn't want to stop his ram production. 9 rams about to head on in. It looks like DeMuslim is committing to the elephants. Look at this. Let's take a little peek at that. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. DeMuslim loves his elephants. Look at those. Tower elephants, war elephants, villagers, keeps. Oh my. And here come the rams. We're about to have some action. Is he going to go for the landmark snipe? That might be it. He might just ignore the keeps altogether. So this is about to be a heck of a fight. He's pushing in. Lots of elephants. That's a lot of elephant to deal with. That's a lot of pachyderm. You hear them sounding off with elephant cam. Okay, let's see, get back into the action here. See, this is what I'm talking about, the rams. Like, half of these rams aren't even attacking. They're moving around. Can his army defeat all these elephants will be the question here. Keep an eye on that military count. It looks like the healing being passed down. It isn't as strong as it used to be, but he has what? How many does he have right now? 12 scholars. So he's doing pretty good here on defense. He might lose a landmark, but I think he should be fine. The villagers being pulled with their torches, of course, to kill the rams. I think that Dome of Faith will probably go down. More rams pushing in. This is a little bit of an all-in for Szalamii, and assuming that these are probably not going to make it, that could be GG. We see them being torched down right now. 1 landmark goes down. He has 2 more to get, but good luck passing those rams down here to this compound defender. The army has been wiped out, and now have the 128 villager versus 68 villager lead for DeMuslim. And not to mention, he's got this raging army of elephants. That might be GG for DeMuslim. Grabbing up those relics. Oh my gosh, that was an absolute cleanup. If you weren't sure if elephants were any good in 2023, that might have answered for you. And he taps out Szalamii with the ram push versus DeMuslim. His 5-6 keep boom and elephants. Wow, I love to see it. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this casted game. As always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, take a moment, click that button below, and leave me a comment. Help me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it. And let me know, are there some players or matchups that you would like to see for our next casted games? Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.